everything all right, Tom?
Why should today be any different?
Yes, about you very often. There are not many North Americanos. I can say that of.
I have more readers than most North Americanos.
You were not so cynical in the mountains, Thomas.
The tent posts! Protect the tent posts! It's Thomas! Está bien, Carlos. One man demolishes 6 tents in one afternoon. It's not something one forgets very easily.
You're not gonna let me forget it either.
How are you, Thomas? Remember the little donkey you rode in the mountains? Well, nobody could ride him after you. Those were different days. Lots of things to talk about now. Gracias, Padre.
Are you sure the man can be trusted, Father? He's a friend of our people.
It's been a long time, you know.
Yes. But Gandhi did not liberate India in one day. Or in a decade, Thomas. We must be tailors. We must cut time to the measure of the task.
A life.
11 million lifetimes. Carlos, the captain who searched you when you came in, he's never known freedom. There are millions of people like him in my country. What's bothering you, Thomas?
I got out of university. All I knew was that the world was changing. That was what a writer was supposed to write about. And that's how I ended up in Costa Verde.
And now you have no politics? Is that what you're telling me?
Politics are mine, and not yours.
But you wrote about us with such compassion.
You were heroic men. The compassion was for your heroism.
And nowadays, we're not heroic anymore?
I'm older now and ask different questions.
Yes. Yes, nowadays you write about the police, Thomas.
It's different here.
Perhaps one day, after the revolution, a man of compassion like yourself will be able to write about the police in my country too. No, Thomas, that is not what is troubling you. Perhaps now you're saying he is a communist.
It matters, you know.
All I'm doing is looking for freedom, Thomas.
You didn't answer my question.
I have read Karl Marx. But I have read the New Testament too. I'm here to raise money, Thomas. Do you think I will be here to collect the dimes and nickels of Padre Escobar's parishioners if I had Cuban support? If I had Russian support? Look, Thomas, this is on the background. Not intended for publication. You understand what I mean. In 3 days, I'm going back to Costa Verde. The offensive is going to start then. Many people are going to die, Thomas. My people. Now, it is very important for us that we get the support of the free world.
What do you want from me?
Thomas, we want you to write about us the same way you did when you were with us in the mountains.
I can only write what I know to be the truth.
What else is there? So we understand each other, Thomas. Good, Thomas. Good.
Let me help you.
Most of us are shaped by destiny, pushed and pulled by the powerful forces that we call history. A few shape their own destinies, grab history, put their stamp on an era, a nation, a people. The first time I met one of these great men, I stood face to face with him and knew he would change the world. The last time we met, I watched him bleed like an ordinary man.
Kintaro's people told you to bring Mr. Kirkwood here. Isn't that right, Father?
I do not deny it.
All right, how do you get in touch with him, Father?
They get in touch with me. I'm just a messenger.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, Father, but,
Say what you feel.
my priest is a messenger, too. But not for revolutionaries.
Your priest is not from Costa Verde.
Whoever they were pretty careful. There wasn't a trace of them on the roof.
What about around here?
A few shell casings. Ballistics hasn't.
All right, I got everybody going on a canvas of the neighborhood. Want to take any side bets on whether or not anybody saw anything?
Does anyone ever?
Tommy, do you mind going over all this again? You feeling any better?
I'm all right.
What do you think? Anything else you can help us with?
I've told you everything. It's not getting any clearer.
You didn't see anything.
It's not hard to figure out who they were, Kevin. Juan Quintaro is trying to overthrow the government of Costa Verde.
Tommy, whatever Quintario stands for...
Quintaro.
That stops at the border.
They're soldiers, Kevin. Interchangeable parts. It's a war, a long, bitter war.
I don't give a damn about that, except when he brings his war into this town, that just makes him another goon.
Precisely what he is in my country as well. You are Detective O'Brien.
Yeah.
I am Miguel Ramos, cultural attaché from the Costa Verde government. I believe you are the detective in charge.
That's right.
Our ambassador is meeting with your commissioner, and they will deal with things at that level. I thought it best at our level that I should assure you, you will receive full cooperation of the Costa Verde government.
Since you apparently overheard some of my conversation with Mr. Kirkwood, you'll understand that I intend to keep politics out of this, Mr. Ramos. So if you have any information...
I have no information.
Who might have been sent, where they were sent from?
I only know that an enemy of my government is dead.
Shot, not dead.
I can assure you he is dead.
You can assure us?
Perhaps I let my hopes for peace in Costa Verde speak for me, Detective. And let us pray that the misguided movement he has led has also died with him. I really do not have any information.
Then if you'll excuse me, I have an investigation to conduct.
You are a talented man, Mr. Kirkwood. You should not waste those talents sentimentalizing criminals.
Hey, we're not trying to make any problems for your people, Father.
But your government recognizes the government of Costa Verde.
We're cops, Father. I mean, the police department doesn't have any foreign policies.
I didn't see it in this light, Father. If Quintaro is still alive, they're going to try and kill him again.
They have been trying to kill him for many years.
Well, we can provide him with protection.
From their secret police?
Father, we'll do what we have to do.
Ramos is their secret police. And already you are speaking to him.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos.
I have the honor to be questioned by Ramos in Costa Verde. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can tell you.
Kevin, Frank, can I see you for a minute? I've got a guy in there from the Foreign Service. The government's offering us all the help we need on this.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting more than our share of help on this one, aren't we?
Mr. Gordon, Detectives O'Brien, Jambone. Mr. Gordon's with Foreign Service. His department's got a considerable interest in this case.
Well, gentlemen, I'm afraid we're playing catch-up on this one. Quintaro turning up here sort of caught us with our pants down.
And we're all trying to cover up our backsides, that it?
That's a very picturesque way to put it, Jambone.
O'Brien.
Yes, of course, O'Brien. So, what information do you have on Quintaro?
He left in a car.
Dead or alive?
A little of both.
No make on the car. Nothing on where he might have gone?
Are you helping us here, or are we helping you? Answer the question, Kevin. No make on the car. We don't know where it is.
Any survivors?
One DOA. Quintero's man from the look of it.
I hear you have a witness.
What else have you heard?
That he's a columnist with the Eagle. Mr. Kirkwood.
Yeah, so?
Well, I'm familiar with Mr. Kirkwood and his writings on Costa Verde. You have no objections, Lieutenant. I'd like to talk to your witness.
None.
Gentlemen.
What the hell's going on here, Kevin?
You know as much as I do.
Which is very little. This is gonna get very heavy. Make damn sure that your pal Kirkwood has told you everything there is to tell. Lieutenant Hogan.
Guess we should have another talk with Tommy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very little, sir. Yes, sir. Make damn sure. Yes, sir. I just found out myself. I will, sir.
Well, I can't go back to my office. I mean, there's a million reporters there. They're all trying to do an interview with me.
You can't exactly blame them, Tom.
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, what the hell can I tell them? I don't know if Quintero's alive or dead.
Him? You are the one who's lucky to be out of there alive. Yeah, right there.
Mr. Kirkwood.
How is he?
He's badly hurt.
But he is alive.
He is alive. He wishes to see you.
I think we should go to the police. I have a friend.
That's out of the question, Mr. Kirkwood.
Look, there's one man dead. These people are going to keep trying to find Quintero and kill him.
It is out of the question.
All right, no trouble. Let's go. It's just a tip for the waitress.
Tom? Tom?
Remove the blindfold now. This way, please.
Tomas!
My friend.
They've been trying to kill me for so long. You'd think they'd get it right this once.
How serious is it?
He's in considerable pain. He's been given blood, and we have access to more if it's necessary.
Are you a nurse?
A doctor.
My private physician. Does that make me enough of a capitalist for your taste, Tomas? I'm sure you have questions why you are here. I hope you don't mind if I ask Carlos to answer them for you.
I think I can guess.
Even now, it is being reported that Quintero is dead. In Costa Verde, the government radio has been broadcasting it all night. You can imagine the effect on our people.
You want me to write that he's alive?
You are not from Latin America. The world will believe you.
I'll write that you're alive. That we spoke.
Gracias, Tomas.
Come with me, please.
Ve con él. Gracias. Were we good
couldn't have flyers, doctors? Will he believe that I will live?
Perhaps you will.
It isn't enough that we should lie to our friends. But we must never lie to ourselves.
All right. Did you get a look at them? Would you be able to describe them?
I didn't even see them come in. And when they left, I only saw them from behind. He left me a tip.
Well, I'd guess he was trying to tell you something weird was going on. Damn near gets himself killed, then he walks right back into the middle of it. Great.
When he left, I called him, and he didn't even turn around.
Did they have any weapons? Were they holding them?
I only saw them from behind, Frankie. I don't know, maybe. What if they weren't Kintaro's men? What if they worked for the people who shot Kintaro?
We don't need guesses, Nikki. Let's stick with what we know.
Which is nothing.
Can't wait to hear what the lieutenant has to say about this one.
Well, why don't you close up the bar? We'll give you a ride home, huh?
If she's right, Tommy could be in a lot of trouble. What if they don't believe him when he says he doesn't know where Kintaro is?
Frank, he is in trouble either way. All of those people play for keeps.
Thank you. Alberto. Deliver this to the Eagle. Is there anything that should accompany it?
I should accompany it. Am I a prisoner?
No, not the prisoner.
A hostage? Does Kintaro know about this?
It's for your own protection.
I'll decide when I need protecting.
Then it is for ours. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but you cannot be permitted to leave. Thank you.
Cultural attaché. The priest we talked to seemed to think he was with the secret police.
Didn't you question him already?
Yeah, he had no information.
And you think he might now?
I think he did then.
The man is a properly accredited representative of his country.
Credited for what?
If he didn't answer before, he's not going to answer now.
That was before they were holding Tommy.
How do we know anybody's holding him now?
The fact of the matter is, we don't know anything, Kevin.
Come on, so we just sit back, what?
You're not knocking on embassy doors in the middle of the night. Find another way.
Jim, we don't have another way.
Then find one. I got the commissioner on my back and the whole damn government.
All right, what if we get Ramus to
What
come in
is
and
so
talk to him?
difficult about this for the two of you to understand?
Because
you've already taken his statement. Unless you got concrete evidence that he's lying, you leave him alone.
Tommy's alive.
Let's go find Kirkwood. You know, he seems to be the only one who knows what the hell's going on around here.
I'm sure he hasn't been here all night.
He wrote the story, didn't he?
Sent it in by messenger. Dropped it at the desk downstairs.
Don't mind if we just look around.
Look, he is all right, isn't he? I mean, if he wrote the story, then he must be all right.
I'm sure he's okay.
We'll just be a minute, yeah?
Thanks.
should not have come here. You should not have seen this.
Why?
For the offensive. The people will fight if they believe he leads us.
Fight for what? He believed in the truth.
Those are words. He believed in the revolution.
Do you?
I believe in doing what must be done.
And what's that got to do with me?
His death must be kept a secret. It would have been better for you had you not known.
What's happening?
He knows.
It doesn't matter. He came here to help us.
He has helped. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. He wasn't supposed to have known.
Will silencing me help keep Kintaro's death a secret?
Do I have a choice?
You can't.
Buy us time. Our people have waited too long.
Is this why you're in this too? To help them fight, not knowing what they're fighting for?
They know what they're fighting for.
For lies?
For the truth. While Kintaro lives, the movement lives. He is the movement. When we have strength, when we have taken the capital,
Kintaro would never have hurt a friend.
He would have understood.
Ramos would have understood. Kintaro would have been sickened.
This would go against everything the revolution stands for.
Don't presume to tell me what the revolution is about. Either of you. You think a few months on the sidelines of our tragedy qualifies you? It doesn't.
You can trust Mr. Kirkwood, Carlos. Kintaro did. He won't tell anyone. Tell him. Tell him you'll keep silent.
He has principles. He has his duties as a journalist.
For God's sake, it's your life. Tell him. Swear to it.
I don't think he'd believe me.
No, Tomas. Unfortunately, I would not.
Before we read that Quintero was alive, my church was filled with mourners. And now we rejoice.
You won't have anything to rejoice about, Father, unless you help us. Those people are still after him.
I am sorry, gentlemen. I wish I could help.
Father, my friend is in there with your people. Now, I'm not going to stand by and let Ramos and Quintaro settle their differences over his body.
I understand your anguish. Can you understand mine?
No, I don't know what kind of conscience you have. There are people going to be killed, innocent people, unless you help us.
Innocent people. You talk to me about innocent people.
Yes.
Then let me tell you about innocent people. In my village, there were 20 children. And Ramos decided to make an example of them.
Father.
Please listen to me. He took the children and he began to shoot them one at a time. He wanted the villagers to tell him where Quintaro was hiding. One child every hour. And by the next morning, there were no more children in my village.
One man is worth 20 children.
We told Ramos we didn't know where he was, and we didn't. But he didn't believe us. And now, the blood of those children strengthens our movement. And Ramos will drown in it.
But this time, Ramos will find Quintaro first, unless you help us find him.
They're in hiding. Even I don't know where.
You must know something. A name, a place, something, Father.
What do you think Ramos is going to do when he gets his hands on Quintaro, Father? Pray with him?
There's a doctor, a woman, very young, but she's done much for the cause. Jordan.
Jordan?
Dr. Jordan, I think is the name.
Thanks, Father.
A revolution that's based on lies and manipulation. Is that any better than what you've got already?
You know the answer to that, Kirkwood. We are for the people. Do we torture priests and kill children? Do you
murder the innocent? Or what do you call it, Carlos? Look at me, damn it!
I'm here because Quintero asked me to come. Is this how you treat your friends? Are they the same as your enemies, or don't you know the difference anymore?
You could hurt the movement.
So today you kill me because I know Quintero is dead. Who will it be next, Carlos? Huh? A battalion? A village? Thank God my friend is dead. It would kill him to know the things that are being done in his name.
Stay with him.
Ramos, policía.
Allá.
Jordan, something ain't right.
Come in. Come in, gentlemen. I won't hurt you. The doctor doesn't seem to be in at the moment.
Just keep your hands on the table, Mr. Ramos.
Surely you don't think I'm a burglar. I'm simply waiting for my friend, Dr. Jordan.
And you figured you'd rummage through her files while you were waiting, is that it?
Stay with him.
I thought we agreed we were going to leave Mr. Ramos alone.
We agreed. Apparently somebody forgot to tell Ramos. He took a shot at Frankie tonight.
Assault, resisting arrest, breaking and entering, attempted murder. You're going to be with us a long time, Ramos.
Perhaps. But our governments are friendly. Something will be arranged.
If there's anything left of you by the time they get through the paperwork.
Frank, what were you doing in Dr. Jordan's office?
Dr. Jordan orders supplies for terrorists. We simply wanted to know where they were being shipped.
And did you find out?
No, but I assume my associate did. He took the invoice with him. How unfortunate for you. You didn't have a chat with him before he left.
You didn't see the invoice yourself, though.
Now your little buddy in the stairs knows Quintero's hiding place.
I assume so.
I don't want assume, Pancho. Now what happens next?
You need me to tell you that?
I want you to tell me. And guess what, Captain? I'm gonna get it out of you anyway. Personally, I hope it's the hard way.
Give him a chance, Frank. I'm sure he's quite willing to cooperate.
It is fascinating. The good cop, bad cop I have heard so much about. Very effective. But I think you should play the bad cop. Your role doesn't suit him.
Ramos, this is not a game.
In my country, Detective, we do not play games. We have a drain in the center of the floor to catch the blood.
You sick bastard.
Do you know how many pieces of skin can be cut off the human body before it actually dies? You made me once, you made me twice. But your partner will remember his pension and pull your chains.
Watch him.
That's one tough cookie you've got there.
He's not tough, he's twisted.
Maybe, but he's not stupid. He knows what we can get away with.
Oh, he does he? Well, I think he is full of crap, and we ought to keep him in there until he changes his tune.
Not likely, Kevin. Not as long as our government recognizes his government.
He pulled a gun on me. They got immunity for that, too?
It is not that simple.
There are federal people setting policy on this one.
I can't figure you out. You're young, you're educated, promising medical career.
Do you want to know why a doctor would care about a country most people couldn't find on a map?
I know a lot of doctors. All they care about is cancer, the elderly, the poor, the problems they have in their own backyard.
I guess it depends on the size of your backyard.
Is there a reason you don't want me to understand?
I worked in Central America for 2 years. That's where I met reality. Do you realize the infinite number of methods a person can devise to make other people suffer?
So you became a fighter.
I don't fight, Mr. Kirkwood. I see that medical supplies go where they do some good. That's all.
Help me.
I can't.
He seems to listen to you.
I won't betray his fight for freedom.
It's a nonsense of freedom you've got, Doctor.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Thanks for the sandwich.
If Tom Kirkwood gets killed, Ramos, his newspaper's gonna go on a rampage.
That is understandable.
Well, this is a democracy, Ramos. Politicians worry about newspapers for good reason.
Now, it may be that our government might not want you to go home.
As I said, we will see when the time comes.
We're waiting, Ramos. I mean, we got all night here. So why don't you start from the beginning, huh?
Please, enough. I grow tired of this. Detective Robay, if you wish to save the life of your reporter friend, we must talk serious.
I am listening.
Good. Things will be happening very soon that I have no control over.
Yeah, like your secret police eliminating Quintaro.
You free me now, and perhaps I can reach them in time, and perhaps I can intercede.
What a bunch of crap.
Your friend's life means nothing to me. You free me now, and I will give you that life. Just to have the pleasure of seeing Quintaro die.
Listo? I can't break Ramos, I can't hold Ramos. What in the hell can I do?
We believe in law. He believes in power. That gives him a little more flexibility.
Yeah, well, I'd like about 10 minutes alone with that guy playing by his rules.
Only the devil can scare the devil. There's an old Irish proverb, which I just made up. Now, there's got to be something that we can give this guy that his evil mind can understand.
What are you going to do, Kevin? You know you had to cut him loose.
There's nothing in that little book of yours says where I have to cut him loose, though, is there? Are you on it?
They're getting him.
Quick.
Listen, I don't give a damn what kind of deal you cut with your government. That don't mean squat in here. You understand
All right,
that?
Frank, party's over. We gotta wrap it up and cut him loose. Well, they are dropping the charge. As far as we're concerned, he doesn't exist.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Dropped! He shot at me, man!
Frank,
He shot
we're
at me.
getting orders. There is nothing we can do about it. Come on.
Mr. Ramos, we'll get you a ride home.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I can arrange my own transportation.
Well, we brought you here. We'll drive you home.
What are we doing here?
Brought you by to see some old friends, Ramos. Remember Father Escobar? Well, he remembers you. They remember you, too. They remember the drain for the blood. They want to ask you some questions about their children and their families.
No. You won't allow it. It is against your law.
Don't worry, Ramos. If we find your body, and if it's recognizable, I promise to conduct an investigation. It'll be something to keep me busy while I'm waiting to collect my pension. Let's go.
I will tell you what you want to know.
What are you telling me?
I am still in custody. It would be inexpedient to go ahead with the plan.
I have my orders.
Don't you understand? I am giving you your orders.
I'm sorry. My orders are from the president.
Sorry?
Take him in.
Check upstairs. Anda. Do I get a last request, or is that only in the movies? I'm not involved in the movie, Tomas. I'm sorry. You knew him. Quintaro was your friend. You know what he wanted. I'll leave to your conscience what you do with the information of his death.
Gotta go to the hospital.
Tomas, make sure nothing happens to the body of Quintaro. He must be buried with dignity.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let us hope that the desire for freedom beats stronger than the heart of a single man. My friend Quintero wanted nothing more than freedom. If his spirit prevails, perhaps no more young people will have to shed their blood on a cold warehouse floor many miles from home.
This conduct will be reported to your government, you
Need a typewriter? Mr. Kirkwood here will lend you his.
Mr. Ramos? Thank you for coming. Did our ambassador explain?
The ambassador didn't call him. I did.
You should have kept your war in your own country, Mr. Ramos. You see, these two gentlemen are government agents. They have a few things they'd like to talk to you about.
What are you laughing about? While you were out there playing Hemingway, every other paper in town got your story.